Hi, welcome back to Air Engine Research. For those of you who are new viewers, I would ask that you go ahead and subscribe if you're interested in what we're doing and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. And for the rest of you who are subscribers, I appreciate your looking in all the time. And we are trying to build an air engine that can be directly put into a vehicle and drive it. And we've been working on the latest version, which is a 5-cylinder. It has 3 cylinders that can work together and 2 that can work together, or you can do all 5 at the same time. And I did a video just a while back on how easy it is to maintain or to replace parts if necessary. But since then I've been looking at how it sounds, and I'm sure there's some problems with the timing, and either the timing of the cylinders or of the valves somehow. But the way it currently is designed, there's a flat bar at the top of the cylinder that all 5 valves have to hit in order to either open the intake or open the exhaust valve. And that's not a real accurate way to do it. I need to come up with a way that I can individually adjust the intake valve on each of them and the exhaust valve on each. And I do have some ideas on how to do that, but for right now, I did some test drives and some audio recordings to see if I can determine which of the valves or which cylinders actually are causing the problems. And I'll be showing you that in a little while. So today I put the air engine back on my test vehicle. Now, I got it set on 150 psi, and I'm going to go ahead and try it with the pressure tank on the back. I imagine the tank in the carrier weighs about 200 pounds. The lawnmower plus me is probably close to another, let's say, probably about 300. So altogether, I'd say about 450, 500 pounds. We'll see how well it does going up the hill and everything. Well, that did pretty good. Yeah. Although it might have to be a little higher pressure on going up and down hills. 150 is okay, but I can go up to 200 and no problem. Okay, in that episode that I did there, my air pressure dropped in my tank from 300 to 200. And that's not a very big tank. And 100-pound drop in between the 200 and 300 is not a whole lot, especially when the normal size high pressure tank would be around 4,000 to 5,000 psi and more volume than what my propane tank would be. So all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with that for today. All right, this time I've got it set on 200 psi, and we'll see how that goes. The last time it dropped 100 pounds or 100 on the pressure gauge on the tank from 300 to 200. So we'll see how 200 goes. It did pretty well going down and back, but coming up the grade, it was kind of losing on 3 cylinders, so I had to put it on 5. So I'm thinking maybe this time with 3 cylinders, or maybe even 2, it'll maintain itself. So we'll have to see. Brakes aren't the best on this thing. I've just got a board that goes behind the 2 tires, pulls up against it to stop it. So you gotta be a little careful when I get into a tight spot, it don't just run off with me. Let's see, it went from 300, it's still above 200, so it did a little bit better with the gear ratio. I had it on 3 going up, or 5 cylinders going up the hill. Once I got up on the hill, I put it on 3, and then it took off, went down to the highway and turned around and came back with 3 cylinders. So it did better there. And when I got up on the flat ground, I ran it on 3 cylinders and 2 cylinders for a little while. The 2 cylinders didn't do all that great. So I think 3 is about the minimum, but they are smaller cylinders, so in the long run it might be more economical with 3 cylinders. So for now I'm going to go ahead and shut it off and go in and have a cup of coffee. It is kind of cold today, rainy and not too nice. Okay, this is going to be a test on the sound of the engine and also an RPM test to see what it's running at. I have the pressure gauge set for 200 psi and it's running on 3 cylinders. This part of the video I'm only going to be using for the sound effects, which would be down here. The actual running of the video, you can see the speed of the tire, but more important, I want to see how it sounds to determine whether there's a problem, which I think there is. And as you work with the thing at the bottom, you can expand the sound, and then you can actually see how the sound is running, and it is not uniform. This, as you can see, there's variations on, I'm not even sure which of these are cylinder 1, 2, or 3, but it is the 3 cylinders, and I'm assuming that This one maybe is number 1. This one looks like it's really causing some kind of problem. Unless this is number 1 maybe, and this is possibly a cylinder with all that combination. But you can see it's totally different. So that's what I think I see. This would be number 1 cylinder. This would be number 2 cylinder. This would be number 3 cylinder. And for some reason, this is not the same. Those look pretty much the same. But the only real way I'm going to find out is if I actually can change the way the valves are timed by taking that flat bar off and putting some other means of adjusting the valve while the engine is running. Then I can go back, do a video like this, pull it up, and look at what changes I've made when I do just adjustment on 1 cylinder. Then I can find out which is number 1, number 2, or number 3. But I can only do that now with the exhaust, because that's the only thing that gives you a noise. The inlet you can't hear, or the air being let into the valve. So there I'm going to try to use my manual tachometer and run it by trying to adjust the inlet valve to get the highest RPM at whatever operating pressure I've got it set on. And then if I can get those all pretty uniform, then I can go back and take a look at the exhaust valves again and see if there's any difference in what that made, and then also do some more timing maybe to get those more uniform. That is something I guess I'll just have to see, but oh, okay, I had it way too off. There. But you can see there's a definite right in this area here. It's quite a bit different than those 2 high points. They look like, yeah, they're not too far off, but that one there definitely is not working right. I've got to fix that. Well, I guess that's going to be it for today. I appreciate everybody checking in. Any new subscribers, if you're interested in what we've been doing, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like what I'm doing. And I have many more videos on my website if you'd like to go check some of those out. They're older ones, but some of them are still kind of interesting, I think. They give you some insight on how I got to the point where I'm at. So, till next time, I'll sign off for today.